Hey guys, welcome back to Incognito. My name is Gautam and today we are going to solve a coding challenge based on what we've learned in the previous videos. Let's get started. Let's take a look at the question. Let's say we know two people, Mark and John, who want to compare their BMIs. They want you to write code for them in JavaScript so that they can compare their BMIs given their mass and height. Solve the problem using different JavaScript concepts like function calls, arrays, objects, etc. Once done, log the higher of the two BMIs to the console. Remember that BMI is equal to mass divided by height into height. Mass is in kilograms and height is in meters. Now we know that Mark weighs 78 kilograms and is 1.69 meters tall. John weighs 92 kilograms and is 1.95 meters tall. I encourage you to pause the video here and try to solve this challenge on your own. Let's go ahead and solve the problem. I'm going to begin by first creating one object each for Mark and John, which contains their mass and height. So const Mark, open a pair of curly braces, and say a mass is equal to mass colon. This will be an integer which has a value of 78 followed by a comma, and then the height of Mark is 1.69. And now we have our Mark object. Let's go ahead and create an object for John. Const John is equal to open a pair of curly braces. John's mass is given as 92 kilograms, 92, and his height is 1.95. So now we have our objects for Mark and John. Now I'm going to write a function which calculates the BMI for Mark and John. So I'm going to come over here, declare an arrow function, const let's call the function calc BMI. Then for the parentheses we pass in the mass and the height, and then point to the body, and the body will first store the BMI in a variable. Let's call that BMI, and the formula for BMI is given as mass divided by height times height. So I'm gonna come over here and say mass divided by height times height. Remember that this mass refers to this mass passed in as parentheses, and this height is the height in the parameter list. So now we have calculated the BMI in the function. Now I'm going to return the value of the BMI from the function. So for that I simply type return BMI. Now let us store each person's BMI in its own variable. So I'm going to come over here and declare a variable using const, name it as Mark BMI, and give it the value of the function call calc BMI. There it is, and then pass in Mark dot mass and Mark dot height. So what this means is I am passing in Mark's mass and Mark's height to the calc BMI function, and then storing the returned value in the variable Mark BMI. I'm going to do the same for John as well. So I'm going to come here, say John BMI is equal to, okay, there should be no space over here, is equal to calc BMI. Then I pass in the same thing, same data for John dot mass comma John dot height. So now with after these two statements, we now have both people's BMI stored in separate variables. Now if you look at the question, you notice that we are almost done solving this problem. All we have to do is just log the higher of the two BMIs to the console. So I'm going to come below all the code we've written over here and simply say console.log. Okay, fine. Let's throw in an if condition over here first. If Mark's BMI is greater than John BMI, I want a console.log. Let's open a pair of backticks here and then make it a bit more personalized. We can say Mark's BMI, which is a Mark BMI, pass in the variable over there, is higher than John's BMI, and then pass in the value there also, which will be John BMI. So now else if Mark's BMI is not greater than John's BMI, else just going to copy paste this line here and just switch Mark for John in all places. So John's BMI is higher than Mark's BMI. So with this, our problem should be solved. Let's save it and see what output we get. We get that Mark's BMI, whose value is 27.3099, all that, is higher than John's BMI, whose value is 24.1946. Let's just switch the Mark's and John's mass and height values just to see if the other if condition works properly. So now let's make Mark's mass as 92 and his height as 1.95, and let's make John's mass as 78 and John's height as what was it in the question? John's height should be 1.69. So now ideally the output should be John's BMI, whose value is 27.309, is higher than Mark's BMI, whose value is 24.194. Let's save it and see what happens. We do get the output correctly. John's BMI, this value is higher than Mark's BMI, which is this value. So guys, that was it for this video. If you solve the challenge in any other way, you can reach out to me on social media. The links are given in the description below. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more content, and thank you for watching.